In this video, I'm discussing how to start a recruiting agency with no experience. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Natasha, the business recruiter. Welcome back to my channel. So in order to be successful within the recruiting industry with no experience, the one thing that you need to be able to do is land clients. And while there's a bunch of steps that goes into you actually being able to get to the point where you land your first client and then ultimately make your first placement, there's several strategies that you can take in order to get to that point. One of the strategies that I leveraged in terms of being able to get started within this industry is to actually find small businesses who could not afford to have in-house HR. Let me take a step back and explain. Oftentimes, when you think about a recruiting agency, you really think that they're focused on working with those organizations who are considered to be medium or large size. However, there is also the ability for you to make a profit by working with smaller organizations who are still looking to establish a lot of their internal processes. Oftentimes, when you have a startup, it's usually an individual who is a one-man or woman show, meaning that they're doing it all. From bookkeeping to finance to HR to sales, that individual has a lot on their plate in terms of their business actually being successful. So with that being stated, you as a recruiting agency owner have the ability to step in and help those smaller businesses to be able to bring in a level of HR that will be conducive for their business. Because you have to remember, if they don't have an internal HR and they really truly are a one-man or woman show, then they're handling all of the recruiting for their organization. This is where you have the best opportunity to step in and really make a difference. Now, if you are enjoying this video so far, then be sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button as well as that bell so that you can get notified of all of my videos that drop weekly. So at this point, you're probably asking yourself, well, how do you actually go about finding these small businesses who maybe don't have an in-house HR? Now, one of the best strategies that I have taken on in order to be able to do this to this day is to actually leverage LinkedIn to my advantage. More specifically, LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Because LinkedIn Sales Navigator does have the ability for me to filter through small as well as extremely large companies, I'm able to actually leverage that filter to strictly focus on those organizations that are considered to be smaller. Now, if you aren't in a position where you can actually afford to have LinkedIn Sales Navigator at this time, that's still okay. You are still able to search small size organizations by really focusing on the title of the individuals who you are targeting reaching out to. My pro tip for you is to focus on those organizations that have founder or co-founder associated with someone within that company. If you search an individual and then you find that they have listed co-founder or founder, typically they're just starting out. Now, of course, you may get some organizations that are on the larger side who are using that title, but typically what I've found is that those individuals who have that title within their LinkedIn profile typically are just starting out and are trying to leverage that in terms of being able to establish themselves within the marketplace that they're in. Now, once you've identified those individuals, now you can strategically leverage some third-party platforms such as LeadLeaper in order to extract their information such as an email address. From there, you can go about executing your email campaign, which ultimately puts them on your list of prospective clients. And if you play your cards right in terms of your email campaign and are consistent in terms of following your email sequence, then ultimately, once you get someone to reach out, you have now moved a small business owner from a prospective client to an actual client. Now, I understand that this strategy isn't necessarily for everyone. You also want to keep in mind that your contract may look a little bit different working with smaller organizations that have limited funding. So your placement fee might be lower, or there might be certain concessions that they want you to make within your contract. It's important to understand where they are from a financial perspective, as well as the value of the expertise that you bring to the table. You never want to put yourself in a position where you're selling yourself short, even if it's a great opportunity in terms of taking on your first client. The goal is for your value to ultimately continue to go up in terms of the services as well as the expertise that you provide. Well, I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you did, then be sure to give me a thumbs up, as well as do not forget to join my Facebook group. I will leave the link down below in the description box because we are in there talking all things recruiting. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.